Adult circumcision.
Burgundy burn.
Slime.
Server maintenance.
Seguí corriendo para cuando me tocó a juicio como pura.
That was very fucking stupid. All right. Welcome back to episode 13 of the Shitpost HQ Podcast. Oh, fucking Christ. Dude, being sober, not smoking for 9 days is atrocious.
Really? Thought you were going to say it was good.
No, it was awful. Being not high, oh my God.
What about the dreams?
So we've been gone for what 2 weeks now?
Yeah,
Or how many weeks have it been off since we last
It feels like it's been a while.
So usually we film this podcast every Thursday.
Yeah.
Every Thursday after work, we all meet up here.
Yeah.
How long
From
has
2
it-
episodes in one night. So that's the usual schedule. We film it in the ether where time is not, chronology is not a thing.
I took a mental health break for those 2 weeks.
Why am I laughing? That's a valid excuse.
Once every week is kind of
Too much. It's
stressing
too much.
me out. So yeah,
No, the real reason is because Chris gave everyone here COVID.
that's correct. That's correct.
Genuinely gave everyone who hadn't had it COVID.
Wait, which
and then
is-
we were out for a week. And then I was just in Norway.
So, I got confirmed how I got COVID.
How?
So the guy,
This is some crazy. This is some weird shit.
dude,
Like, this just sucks.
Dude, this is messed up.
Yeah.
So you know how I thought I got COVID from me selling my car to the guy. So I sold my car to a guy, and he had like this crazy ass smoker's cough. Like, and his house just reeked of cigarette butts, and like, you know, the type of guy, like, how the fuck do you actually live?
Which
in
has
that house?
nothing to do with COVID,
Well,
by the way.
but like, yeah, so that's the thing. It has nothing to do with COVID. I'm like, he's just a smoker, right? And then I got COVID 3 days after I sold my car. And you know, I didn't really think too much of it, but like, you know, in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe it's the guy that I sold my car to. So I had COVID for like a week, but it lasted for like 3 weeks because I was dying for like ever. And my mom did some Facebook snooping on the guy that purchased my car. And she found a photo of, he posted a negative COVID test 5 days after I sold my car to him. Yeah. And the caption was, finally negative.
And what? He probably wanted to go a test drive, right?
Yeah, I was in the car with him.
Straight up, no mask.
No mask in the car, just him just like, I'm like, it's a smoker's cough. The guy had COVID. Straight up. I'm just like, wow. What a scummy human, man. Like, I don't know. So yeah, and then I passed it on. We did the podcast 2 days after I sold my car, but I didn't.
But you did give us a heads up.
I did
So
give
in
you a
your
heads up.
defense, you're like, what, someone had it or like?
No, I don't. I was sick after the podcast.
He didn't. I don't think.
No, he didn't
like
give
you
a
didn't
heads
have
up
anything.
before
You
that.
didn't have
No,
symptoms yet,
I
yeah.
think someone you knew had, or like maybe that was a couple podcasts ago where you gave us
yeah.
a heads up.
Yeah, Christina's
You were
sister's
some
boyfriend.
like tangentially exposed.
Yeah,
or whatever.
no.
Oh, okay, so you didn't give us a heads up. 'Cause you
Yeah,
didn't
no,
have it.
I didn't give you a heads
Oh,
up
you didn't
because
know.
Yeah,
because
you
I was
didn't,
feeling fine. And then right after the podcast, I dipped in the car, and I don't know, like I started feeling sick.
Yeah.
And then like the next day immediately, I was just roughed out and shit. And then I got COVID the day after, and then I gave it to you, and you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess all of us had it. Not everyone.
Yeah, I got
everyone
it,
now on the
like, I
pod
got it
has
like
had
a
it.
week before.
Yeah,
I
you.
thought I
And
tried.
that was why I was so mad because Shelby got it when she came back from Mexico. So I was like with her, kissing, being in the same bed, and she had it. And then Marcus came over and had it for 5 hours, or he had it that day, the day before you tested positive. So you would have been like very contagious in that period.
Oh.
When you and Matt got it, Marcus was here for like 5 hours, and we were just sitting on the couch. And then I still didn't get it, and then I fucking get it from you. Like I'm like, there's no way. I thought I just had. I was like an autoimmune or whatever. I just
How does that
fucking-
even work? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought you were autoimmune. After you
I thought when Shelby brought it back, and because like she was positive and she had like symptoms, I was like, I'm sleeping in the same bed with her. I just kissed her, like I made out with her when she came home. I was like,
yeah.
of course I fucking have it.
Yeah.
And I never really like got symptoms, but I was like, I had just gotten my booster, so I was like, maybe whatever, it's not hitting hard. And then I had that weird thing with the ketchup. I didn't have any weird. Did you have that or no? Did you test?
No, yeah, no. Patrick was telling me to try ketchup, try garlic, and what was it, onion or something?
Yeah.
Dude, so I was eating
I was fine.
I was eating a Jamaican patty, and I'm a degenerate, so I eat it by dipping it in ketchup. And I make it and I'm so excited. I made 2.
That's the worst thing you said all podcast.
That's a crime. All of our huge Jamaican fan base just unsubscribed.
They all just logged off.
You say you were naked?
No, yeah, I was naked eating 2 Jamaican off my chest.
The only thing I took from that.
No, I wasn't naked. I might have been actually. I make 2 Jamaican patties. I put a bunch of fucking ketchup on the plate and I start eating it. And it tastes like chemicals, like someone dumped vinegar all over it. And I'm like, what the fuck why does this taste so weird? I'm like, is it expired? What is causing this taste? I'm eating it. And for some reason I'm eating it, but I'm not questioning why it tastes like poison. I'm like, I just keep eating it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I take the Jamaican patty, I put my nose inside of it. And I'm like, tastes normal. What the fuck? And then I put my nose up to my plate. I smell a ketchup pile. Dude, I almost yacked. It literally smelled like, so I Googled it. It smells like ammonia. So like piss.
Oh, I see.
What?
So it smelled like piss.
It was piss.
And it was piss. Because like I pissed in your ketchup bottle, dude.
Yeah, how'd you not know
Last
that,
week
dude?
prank.
And then I Googled it. I literally Googled ketchup smells funny. And the first link was COVID parosmia and parosmia or whatever. And it was like the symptom is it fucks with your ability to taste and smell garlic, onions, and ketchup. I'm like, those are my 3 favorite fucking things.
Those are the best things ever. Yeah.
And then we went out that night with me, Shelby, and Bruno, and I had honey garlic wings. Tasted up fucking terrible. And I had a smash burger, and the ketchup on it fucking tasted terrible. And I was like, man.
Wow.
And there was onions on
Was
it
that
too. I
at
was like,
Piper Arms? Because then it wasn't the
no, it wasn't. It was at a different joint.
That definitely wasn't the same ingredient.
I didn't lose any taste or smell.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I did.
Honestly, like mine was
Mild cold
Like,
symptoms, yeah.
The worst thing was like my throat was really sore at some points, and at that point I just drink some water and then it'd be fine. Like a couple days later.
Man's
I
autoimmune.
got mine from Matt. Matt was sick, and he just one day he just woke up like when we came home from work, and he's like, I just feel really shitty. And we were going, what is this?
Yeah, what's this man sneaking behind the scenes?
I remember
Seasoned
these.
veteran.
What is this?
These are blessed.
This is the first.
We were
for
gonna
me.
go out, and then
They're
Matt's
blessed.
like, "Oh, we're drinking it now."
Yeah.
I gotta put the mic down.
Cheers.
This is Charlotte.
I think these are actually Scandinavian, so.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
All in one.
Oh, what? No way. Oh, that's delicious.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
What is
Oh,
this?
that was good.
Wow.
I was expecting. I thought this was vodka.
I thought it was vodka too.
It looks kind of scary at
It
first.
does,
but
yeah.
no,
It
it's
tastes really good.
Oh, yo, I'm drinking more.
Yeah. Give me more.
Give me more.
I should have sipped that.
Okay, wait, continue. So you were, Matt just came home and he felt shitty.
Basically, just gonna say he just felt sick one day out of nowhere, but he didn't get a test, and he sat in the living room for 3 days, didn't go to work, and he just sat in the living room, played games on TV. I avoided that room for the whole week. I avoided him. I didn't go near him. Granted, we share a bathroom, and then Saturday morning, I just woke up completely sick.
Sure, washing with another man, eh?
I've actually never woken up completely sick. It always hits me at like
Same.
8 p.m. Then I don't know how, but 8 p.m. the night before, I get that sore throat, and I'm like,
Yep.
and I'm like, I pray that when I go to fucking sleep and I wake up, it's gone.
It's a lottery.
If it's there and
Yes.
it's worse.
Yes.
That's it.
You like for me, it's always the night before.
Yes.
It's never I'll just wake up and be sick. Like it's always the night
Woke
before
up
I feel shit.
feeling weak,
Damn.
fever, chills.
Oh, you had the fever and I didn't
Yeah.
have that.
Oh, I have.
The whole
I
first
had
day, I
hella
was
fever.
tired, slumping around the house. I was getting so cold. I put on like thick socks, thick pants, put on my my robe, and I was just chilling in bed like, okay, I'm sick.
Wait, do you
Definitely
have your
fucked.
booster?
I don't, but
Do you have
actually,
a booster?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe that's it.
Booster as in
Yeah.
which number?
Third.
The 7th.
No,
the 7th.
I'm turbo
I never got
boosted.
my booster.
Yo, which reminds me, actually, now you mentioned that, I think I discovered something about myself while I got COVID.
You're gay?
I think I have a. I think I have a disease.
What do you mean?
So, I Googled. So, I was like trying to sleep the night of, and I realized that my fingertips and my toe tips. Is that what you call it? What do you call these?
Tippy toes.
Tippy toes.
Tippy toes.
They were all white in comparison to my skin. So my fingertips were all pale white, but my skin was normal color.
No, that just means you're gay.
Yeah.
And you got COVID.
Is your,
And I got COVID.
wait, is your hand bigger than your face though?
It used to be.
Does your hand smell like lemons? Does your palm smell like lemons?
So there's this. It's called. I don't know what it's called exactly. It's Rain's disease. Reina?
That sounds so like boutique, like bougie.
Bougie.
I have reins.
I have a Rain's disease.
I got reins, bro.
The blood flow doesn't reach my fingertips or my toe tips, but it's not it's not bad or anything. It's just it's
kind of lit.
It's kind of lit.
So
But
why is it a disease, bro? If it's not bad,
I don't know.
Tell me
That's what-
that.
Riddle me this.
because it has disease in the title.
Checkmate. Checkmate. Science
Checkmate.
board.
So yeah, I was
So what, like, are you cold? Like, is it
yeah,
cold?
I was freezing.
You not like feel shit with your
Yeah,
fingertips?
I couldn't feel anything. I was
think I had
freezing.
that too, Loki.
And I had to put my feet in like 4 blankets. Christina had to boil water
Wait,
for
you're
me.
saying you just had that while you had COVID, or you
Yeah.
have always had that?
I don't know.
And it hasn't happened since.
It hasn't happened since. It was only one night. So I don't
Had
know.
a fever. Bro.
Yeah, I just
That's what that was. You didn't develop
I just had a fever.
Rain's disease for the night.
Oh yeah, my bad. It was just a fever.
This guy lost his ability to see
That's what I was
color
saying,
too,
the same
bro.
thing. I was
Couldn't
cold.
taste,
Yeah, I
couldn't
was
smell,
putting
couldn't
layers.
see color. My hands are white, bro.
I couldn't smell color, man. Couldn't
smell color.
Hands
no
just
more.
turn white when the blood flow's not going there. 'Cause you're cold.
Man turned blind.
But yo, scrap that, yo. That was just a fever.
The fever dream.
Yeah.
But should I fucking get into the
Yeah,
tales?
Yeah,
where-
so,
tell us.
tell
where
us.
you
I'll rip
just
it quick
came back
because I
from.
don't want to talk too much. But
I want to hear.
I
He
want-
just got back. I want to hear.
I
the
want some
story.
insight.
Yeah.
So it's fresh content. So for context, I was just in Norway. I was seeing my uncle. Dude, I hadn't seen him since 2003. So it was like I was going to a stranger's house. I was
Yeah.
like so nervous 'cause I didn't know how well he speaks English. I wasn't prepared to fucking speak Romanian. Shelby's there, so I was like hoping that like people could speak good English, but I whatever. So we left 9 days ago, right? I almost finished editing the podcast. It was like 10 p.m. and I was like, I have to fucking pack my luggage. And I was like, but I really wanted to fucking
So
finish
sad.
it.
Yeah, I want to see this new episode.
Both will
I'm
pop
hyped-
out.
hyped for it.
But yeah, we fucking fly there. Nothing of note happens on the way there. The fucking what the fuck did they give us on the one of the meals they gave us on the plane is just you know, like the really, really flat pitas, but they're not tortillas, just like super flat pita bread type shit. It was that. So imagine like you're 4 years old and your mom was like, make a sandwich. You lay out this flat square pita tortilla, spread margarine on it, and then lay one piece of cracked singles on it and roll it up.
Damn.
Like a fucking wet towel. And it was cold. I was like, this is the most like gnarly fucking meal I've ever tasted.
Still
But
do that.
so it was a 9-hour flight. And you guys remember like when you fly like long flights like to Europe, typically it was like all you could drink, more or less, like within reason. Like every flight I've taken before to Romania, I would get like 4 or 5 beers.
Nice.
Damn, for free?
Yeah, like any like
Sick.
cross whatever ocean that is to Europe, and it's like more than a 6-hour flight. With certain airlines, they would give you good shit. This time, nothing. Just like soft drinks. I was like, bro, I'm not going to fucking Cuba for 3 hours. I'm flying it 9 hours. Give me a beer. So I have to fucking buy a beer. I was like, fuck it, whatever. And then we land. And we had my uncle picked us up in the Model 3. That shit's fast as
What?
fuck, man.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Never told you were rich, eh?
Dude, he's
Ridiculously fast. right?
dude, it's and I think he has like the highest spec Model
Yeah.
3. So he's like, watch this, and I was like, no, what the fuck?
You like
This is
feel it in your stomach.
Oh my
and you're
god,
gonna,
yeah,
like,
it
smack
hits.
your head back.
It hits.
That's sick.
And we get to his house, and it's nice as fuck. It was dope. It was like me and Shelby had a bedroom upstairs. My parents had a bedroom because they were renting the upstairs of their house out when they bought it. So it was super sick. And my uncle and my aunt speak like fluent English, like almost better than my parents' English.
Nice. That's good.
So I was like, this is fucking awesome. So we went because we got there at I think like 2 p.m. But like now it's like 5 a.m. for us here. So I'm like jet lag as fuck. But the rule is like you can't fucking go to bed if you gotta like stay up till like, at least 9. So we went to like the city center and we kind of walked around. And the first thing I noticed is I had to. There was a bus we would take into like. So he lives in Oslo, but on the outskirts. And there's like a 30-minute bus you would take. That was $10 each one way.
Wow, that's expensive.
I have like, I think I spent $300 in bus charges.
Wait, so you didn't go with your uncle then? Because he would have just drove, right?
Yeah, well, like they just bus so we could like drink and like it's just more
I see, I see.
convenient because parking is like super expensive. So they'd rather spend $10 to bus than park.
Right.
So it's 10 Canadian one way, one bus ride. Imagine the GRT costing $10.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous. That's expensive.
So we bus into downtown and like
Bus.
there's a nice like 6 person wide street of like no cars. It's like the city center, obviously classic Europe bullshit. And we just like walk down and there's plenty of stores, restaurant, pubs, and me and Chubb are kind of eyeing it down. We're like, we're not going inside of anything. We're kind of just like sightseeing. And then we walk straight and they're like, oh, this is the king's palace. I was like, there's a fucking king here. What? Didn't know there was a fucking Norwegian king. And most sick thing about the city, the first thing we noticed, there's limes and birds, scooter, everywhere.
Lime?
And my cousin told us, so I'm not shitting you when I say everywhere. You look somewhere, there's at least 3 scooters available. And she's like, they just purged half of the fucking scooters. There was that many.
Wow.
Like, people were like complaining, like they're fucking everywhere.
That's a vibe, yo.
It was
I would take it everywhere, honestly.
we did.
Everywhere.
We did. I think I spent like almost $100 on scooters.
That's where all our scooters went, eh? Dude,
They all went to fucking Norway, man.
Norway.
They took them away from here.
Man.
So fuck. We're just scouting, went to the King's Palace, whatever. A super like cozy city center, nothing too crazy. And we go home, sleep, and the next day me and Chubb were like, all right, it's raining, it's pissing fucking rain.
Yes.
And my parents wanted, so there was one museum there that was, so we always like to check out the museum of the place that's offering. And there's this like the Nordic Viking cruise ship, whatever.
That's cool.
Museum, but it's closed for the next 10 years because they're rebuilding.
10 years?
Yeah, we just missed it like by like a couple months, but yeah, they closed it up for like 10 or 5 years.
Some people are dying,
What kind of
man.
rebuilding is they're just closed, bro.
They're building like a giant
reopening.
They have to like unassemble the boat and like rebuild them in like a fucking giant.
Fucking Noah's Ark, man.
It literally is Noah's Ark. Or a ship of Theseus. Is it the same fucking ship if you rebuild it 100 times? So the only other museum was the Edward Munch Museum, who's like famous for like the Scream. You know that painting?
The Pokemon.
Starry Night.
Yes.
Is it or no?
I think he. I don't fuck.
no.
I don't know art.
That's Van Gogh.
That's yeah.
Yo, Pokemon did collabs with that painting and that artist.
Oh, with the Scream?
Yeah, they got Pikachu.
So he has like his own fucking museum. We go there, and the first exhibit, dude, I don't know why it makes a physical reaction for me. The very first or second fucking thing I see is a guy taking like a scalpel to like a moving eyeball and like cutting an eyeball in half, like oh, dude, I'm really like.
Wait, was that where you guys send all the fucked art?
Yeah. So that was like so then I guess we've come to find out that like Edward Munch was like relatively like troubled and like he like loved to explore sex and like the dark macabre of art, which was fine because I just don't like eye things. So I was like so fucking put off by seeing that. And my mom saw that and she literally went to my dad and was like, we have to like I can't see this.
Really?
So they left.
Wow.
And me and Sean were like, we're gonna go see this. This is fire. But that part fucked me up. I've actually seen that as a GIF on like Reddit, and I was like scarred for like 2 days. I was like, oh, like my eye feels weird after that. I just can't see eye shit or fucking
I'm with you.
So I was grossed out, but then it was like a bunch of like sick BDSM shit. I was like, this is right up my alley. So it was a bunch of that shit, like a bunch of like sex shit, a bunch of dicks everywhere.
That's a good tangent, though. What's some things people can't watch? Something you can't watch, though? Like,
Yeah, give me.
There isn't any.
I can't do eyes or nails.
I was just watching, Your Mom's House
No.
podcast
Oh yeah.
with like Tom Segura.
Yeah. Tom.
Yeah.
They were looking at clips, and there was
Christina P.
Yeah.
There was a clip of a guy going down a zip line, like a very, very long, over like a canyon zip line, metal like wire, and he has a clip. It's like a carabiner clipped in.
Yeah.
And something must have broke that he was like, boom, like flying down that thing. It's going,
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
and it's like steaming and smoking. And it looks like it's gonna break, and so he starts to slow himself down with his hand on the metal wire, and he's like burning his
What?
flesh as he's like zooming down like a
Jesus.
metal thing. And that's kind of like hard to watch.
No, that it's just eyes, man. I just cannot look at like even in horror movies. If they get close to an eye, I'm like, fuck no, I cannot do this.
If you had to wear
I could
glasses,
not.
you couldn't wear contacts.
It
Same.
grosses me the fuck
Same.
out.
I could never do it.
I can do contacts.
How do you put something in your eye? Like what?
For real.
Man.
Like even like when Shelby like touches, I'm like, oh, don't fucking. Or like those kids in elementary school would turn their eyelids out. Don't fucking do that shit,
Dude.
What are your parents fucking?
Those kids were demons.
There is not a single one of those eyelid kids who aren't in prison right now.
Eyelid
Every
kid.
single eyelid fold kid is in prison right now. That's a
Eyelid
fact.
kid. For me, it's not so much as like seeing something. It's like sounds get me more than sight. Like when you said, I think someone said like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I heard that, I couldn't do it. Like I actually couldn't do it.
You're
But
weak.
like I could watch stuff.
You're weak, man, eh?
Yeah, all week bond.
This guy can watch everything.
No, I'm with Pat. I
makes
can't.
those videos.
I can't. I can't do eye shit. And Christina had to get some special contacts, which are like 2 times thicker than normal contacts.
Oh, that'd be so uncomfortable.
And she
There's
put
no
it.
space right here.
There's weight on that thing.
She put it in her eye, and she couldn't even do it herself. But every time it was in her eye, she's like, "I just feel like there's glass in my eye." I'm like, "That's so
That's disgusting.
disgusting." Yeah,
I'm
like,
wearing glasses, bro.
I'm wearing glasses.
That's it.
I am
No,
wearing
she did. She wears glasses occasionally because of that. And like, but to me, I couldn't even put that in my eye in the first place.
No, I
I
couldn't
wouldn't
either.
even
like
try.
I wouldn't even try.
I could like. There's no way I could just touch my eye right
No.
now.
If
Absolutely not.
I get something stuck in my eye, I let it roll to the back of my brain.
Yes.
There's probably
Yes.
a collection of shit that's been in my eyes over my lifetime that just is pooling somewhere on my brain. I don't give a fuck.
I just think
I'm
it's
not
like-
gonna get it out of there.
The
It's
first
disgusting.
week I was at this job, I didn't wear like a safety thing for the first couple times until I got a little rock in there.
Yeah.
And I noticed it later in the night, and I was like, and I could see it.
Oh,
And I went up to, I
once
went up to
I
that
see it,
zoomed in
I'm
mirror,
done.
and I had to get it out. So I had to do that. I basically had
No.
to like just
No.
touch it until it stuck to my finger, and then pull it off.
No,
man.
I see. I couldn't do that.
And I was
I
just
just-
like touching my eyeball.
I just rub it until it goes away.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it wouldn't.
No, I
go-
just
rubbing
blink it out.
wasn't
I just
doing it.
blink a million times.
It didn't.
And I just blink it out.
I
Yeah.
tried all of that. I tried putting my eye under the tap, just directly under.
Damn.
Didn't come off.
Oh,
I had to
no,
move
I
it.
just let it go to my brain.
Oh, you know,
I'm a brain kind
yo,
of guy.
and since you guys like really hate the eye stuff, can you like look at the shower water and just open your eyes?
I don't even open my eyes underwater that often.
I've done that. I can do it. I've done
What?
it. Yeah. I've, like put my head up towards the shower and just open my eyes.
I've never thought
actually
about doing that.
I've done that. Yeah.
Just psycho shit.
What is wrong with you?
You guys don't clean your eyes in the shower, bro?
Yeah, you don't.
What?
You don't clean your your hair. You don't clean your
eyes?
eyes.
True, we
bro?
don't clean our eyes.
My
you
eyes
guys
are
can't
always
even-
clean.
You don't use shampoo on your eyes?
I bet you can't even.
My
stare at
eyes
the
are
sun.
always clean.
I only
You guys
condition.
You
Just
never
stare
stare
at
at the sun.
You just
Never
see how
stare at
long
the
you
sun.
can.
Let's see if we can do it for the longest.
What did Trump say? Look at the eclipse or whatever. What did he say that
Oh,
one time?
yeah. Something.
Fucking hell, man.
Shampoo and conditioner to eyelids.
So what did you eat? What did you eat there? Like, I'm curious about the food.
So okay, food wise,
It's IKEA,
One
bro.
bite, everyone knows the rule.
Yeah, so
Swedish.
I'm just trying to think of like the order so I don't miss anything good. But yeah, anyways, we fucking finished up that Munch museum, whatever, and then I hit up a bakery. So I love fucking bread. I love bakeries, and I think the difference here, I don't in our local area, all the bakeries here are very like bagel focused.
Yes.
If you go to a bakery in like Toronto or whatever our town, it's like bagels and like bread stuff, but they don't have like weird cheese pastry. Like Europe, it just loves cheese and like
Yeah.
pizza and like weird shit.
Yeah.
So I had the first thing I was like this pizza twist. It was like it's called pizza salami, and it was like amazing.
That sounds
I had like
amazing.
3 more after. It's just like, it's like
like a pizza bread type thing, or
yeah, exactly pizza bun
yeah.
type shit. But I'm like I love pizza buns.
Pizza buns slap.
So we had that, and then it was pissing rain, and we wanted to go do a pub crawl. We're like, it's pissing rain. Like we've already kind of seen the town square. Let's just get drunk. So we go to the first pub. It was a shitty. It was a huge Liverpool fan club. So there was Liverpool shit everywhere. And I go up to the bar, and she was like, "Oh, I want an Aperol spritz." I'm like, "Okay, that's like a cocktail. Usually it's like $10 in Canada, or like $12 in like our town. Toronto can be more expensive, like maybe like $13 or whatever." And then I wanted just a pint, and I got a pint of their local shit.
that's cool.
Like Ringner or whatever. So I got a pint of the local and an Aperol spritz. It was 41 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
And I was like, that's the end of the pub crawl. That's it. I hope we enjoyed
it.
this.
Afford it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was like, that is fucking unbelievably expensive.
Damn.
Holy smokes.
So I was like, okay, fuck that. And then we're like, well, I guess we got to like try some foods now. So like we ate dinner at my uncle's house, and we tried like, they love like their like cold smoked salmon. So I tried like smoked
That's
salmon with
sweet.
like their
That's-
salmon. Yeah. And like some weird like honey mustard
So
sauce.
good.
So that was like a good Norwegian dish
Did
that I
they
tried.
like make it or?
They made it, yeah.
Oh,
Or maybe
nice.
they catered it. I don't know. It was very aesthetic.
your
It's
uncle,
cool.
he has a pond in the middle of his house.
He
yeah.
caught the salmon himself too.
Yeah,
with his hands.
uncle's just a fucking vibe. So then, yeah, we did that, and then the next day it was a bit nicer. So we took the scooters all around, and by that day, like we already knew the city by like the back of our hands. Like we just,
Wow.
it was just
Wow.
like, so it's so small, right?
Okay.
So I was like, you don't need more than like two days in Norway to, like, to get the gist.
Smaller than like our town?
It's the same population, like 500,000. So Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge is
Oh,
500,000.
not even Toronto.
Yeah, it's not even Toronto.
And this
yeah.
is Oslo. You're talking
This is
about?
Oslo, yeah.
Isn't that like the capital?
It's the capital. Yeah.
That's the capital.
It's like the
Bro.
only place you go in Norway, other than like places to go hike. So like we were
Telling me
like,
I'm gonna go to Norway CKW?
no, pretty much. But like
Wow.
it's just like aesthetic,
Yeah, of course.
aesthetic KW.
Of course.
Yeah, it's much older.
And then we went to like this place. I had like pizza, but like every pizza in Europe was like more Italian based. So it was good. It was a good pizza. And then we went to McDonald's and we tried. They had spicy nuggets, which were good, and they had chili mayo, which was like a McDouble, but you swap one patty for lettuce and like chili mayo.
Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
Did they have anything like weird?
They
or?
had truffle Parmesan fries. Oh, those are decent. They didn't have anything like weird like fish stuff.
Yeah.
In Norway. And then we kind of like we already knew the city. We hadn't eaten anything too crazy that I can think of. Just drinks were fucking expensive. And then we went on the cruise. So that was my first time on a cruise.
Oh yeah, true.
So we went and then we got in line and then it was like a cruise that would take us to Kiel, Germany.
Yeah, I didn't know you were doing any of that.
You went to Germany.
So I was in Germany for like 4 hours on like soil.
Oh,
so it was we got on the cruise and we got a room. Like, so you're seasoned with cruises, but I like them. They're cool.
And the one you went on is probably a lot smaller.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and,
A quarter of the
an
size.
oasis of the sea type thing, right? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Not it wasn't a
like
fucking.
you didn't have
What's
slides, rock climbing, like
what's the biggest one called? Wonder of the Seas.
Wonder of the Seas or
Yeah.
Oasis of the Seas.
Yeah.
One of those, yeah.
I can't even believe that shit exists, to be honest.
Dude,
No,
there's
no.
literally sheer rock climbing walls.
I
there.
don't
They
understand.
have
that.
water slides that are bigger
Go
than the
to-
slides we have here,
yeah.
like on
Oh.
the boat. You have like five pools, 10 hot tubs, you could have casinos on the boat.
Yeah,
like it's the vibe kind of, you know.
And you
Starbucks.
stop in like places. That's not so like
stop at places.
now that I know I don't get like seasick and shit. I'm down to do like a cruise because the thing that's cool is like it stops in, like 3 to 4 Caribbean places.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
fucking
wherever you want to
sick.
go, it depends.
Transition. So hit the cruise up. We went for a workout, which was like I just really wanted to fucking like just get some like sweat 'cause I was just drinking and eating like garbage.
Nice.
The gym was right at the front of the fucking boat. The fucking vibe, like just driving like the fjords is like one of the places you want to go where it's a bunch of small islands. So we're like driving through the center of a bunch of islands, like on a treadmill. And I was like, did I tell you guys last year when I ran to your house? So last year I decided that every year on my birthday I will run 5 kilometers.
Yes.
Until I die. And if I can't do it, then I'm just gonna kill myself because I let myself down. And this year I was like, this is like the most down bad I was from my COVID. And I was like,
Down bad.
fuck it. So I was like, you know what? I have to do my 5 kilometers. And I was like, my time is usually 25 minutes. So 5 minutes per kilometer. And I haven't ran since last summer. So I was and I was on the treadmill and I started at like a certain speed. I started at 11. I had to turn up to 18.5 by the end. I was like sprinting just to get my time. And I finished in like 24, just very close. Very close to the
I'm gonna be
time.
honest, I can't do that.
Yeah, I
was like,
kilometers in 25. I can't.
Hell
do it.
no.
I almost
Hell
fucking
no.
tore my Achilles doing that shit. I was just trying my goddamn hardest. And I did it and I was sweaty as fuck.
Did you film some clips of you running and
So-
the view? Like I want to see it.
So
That sounds sick.
I filmed. I have some good videos I can show you guys after. Maybe I'll post them up or whatever.
not
But
never- he's not posting them.
I'm not the meme, non-current meme. I didn't film with my camera, so I was like, I just want to like not. We film with our phones and shit.
Yeah.
If it was with the boys, then we film everything. Oh, I've been editing the cottage video.
Yeah?
It's fucking fun.
I haven't
it's
seen any
fun,
of it.
man.
I haven't seen any of it.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I'm hyped to see the video of us going in the water.
Oh, I still
With
got a
the
bunch of
GoPro.
clips. I can send you all the clips.
You have to send me your clips, yeah, because you have the one with
Yeah,
the game. Yeah.
Joseph has clips too.
Yeah. So yeah, anyways, fucking was sick. It also cost 35 Canadian to use the gym.
Wow.
On the boat?
person.
Cruise? I thought a cruise is
Those
like
person.
everything.
No,
is
it's
covered.
literally-
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
So the
All
big
the ones
one, the
are,
big
yeah.
ones are they're all you can drink. You have bracelets. This one was literally DLC. Oh, you didn't unlock the gym DLC. Pay for it.
It's
you
just
didn't
a hotel?
unlock. Yeah, it was just a hotel, man.
Not included.
So and like all the restaurants weren't included. Like it wasn't all you can eat.
And you paid 35 to use the gym, eh?
35.
That's
Jeez.
expensive.
Jeez,
Gym
that's
pass,
it.
bro.
We
Yeah.
were just like, I need to fucking.
it's a month.
This man was
run some
balling.
shit. Yeah. So we worked out and then got drunk, went to the casino. I won some money.
Nice.
Tried the all you can eat. It was good. I tried some like Swedish fish and like some salmon and stuff. It was good, but there's nothing too like sorry, not Swedish, Norwegian. There was nothing too crazy Norwegian on like the ship. It was pretty standard. They had like McNuggets, just like fucking McDonald's. It was crazy. I literally ate like 13 nuggets. I was like, these are amazing. And then docks in fucking Kiel, Germany in the morning, and we got 4 hours there. So we kind of walked the streets of Germany with my cousin and her boyfriend and her 2 kids, and it was just like a vibe. Like we just
That's
walked,
so cool.
and it was so much cheaper. I had gelato there. It was like a euro 50.
Nice.
And in comparison, when I had gelato in Norway, which was $14 for a small cup. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remind me to never go to
No,
afford it.
I've never been so poor in my entire life, man. Like we were at restaurants and Shelby was like, "Can I get this?" And I was like, "No, you can't.
We cannot.
We cannot afford this meal. Like we are gonna go get maybe like a split and appetizer and then go to the fucking McDonald's to get some fucking food." And then so we walked through Kiel. Shit was cheap. Whatever, it was cool.
What'd you do on the boat? Yeah.
And on the boat, we just kind of hit the casino. We like walked across the dock, but there was no like hot tub. There was nothing.
I feel like you were bored. Yeah.
It was boring.
Yeah.
It was.
How many
like
days were you on the boat?
2 and a bit.
Yeah.
Also, you
And
slept
it's just
on the
like
boat.
you and your girlfriend.
Slept, yeah,
kind of
2
thing.
nights.
Oh.
Yeah, me and
Okay.
my girlfriend and like family. So we were I got a bit drunk the one night,
Still expensive.
but still, well, we bought booze from the duty free and drank in our room, so it was whatever. But yeah, still decently expensive. And then
how many nights Norway? Then you said 2 nights boat.
yeah, it was 2 nights boat, and then that's when we got back to Norway. And at that point,
You went back.
we went back for so this is literally our day. We got back and our parents took my parents took our luggage in the car, and we had to bus home. But it's so small that we literally could walk from the boat dock to the downtown. So we're like, let's just walk, and we're like, let's go watch the Batman or something. So we like got a coffee in the morning. We're sitting there, like nice like view of the water. We're like, let's go watch the Batman. I'm like, nah, fuck it. Let's just like go to something else. Like, fucking watch a movie, whatever. And like, I didn't want to see the Batman that bad. So let's go to the reptile park. We walked to the reptile park. It was like fucking $45 for per person. I'm like, fuck this, man.
course.
To see some snakes, eh?
We went.
scary.
We went to a church. And then we walk inside of the church, and it's Easter Friday at this point.
So
No, sorry,
$45.
it's Easter,
$45
Easter
to enter the
Sunday.
church,
It's
please?
Easter Sunday, and we walk in, and everyone there's Asian, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I walk in, I'm like, I just didn't expect that. I'm like, I'm in Norway, and everyone there's Asian. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I guess it was just like whatever, like Asian Catholic church. We walk out. I was like, all right, I bet that was fucking interesting. Walk out, and we're like, what the fuck do we do? We've done everything. We've been everywhere. We've done everything. It's Easter Sunday. There's nothing open. This is so fucking shit.
And it's fucking expensive.
And it's fucking expensive. So we're like, fuck it. So we literally just took lime scooters and we just dipped them all across the city. We were like, there's a park there where there's a bunch of naked statues with their dicks out, and like some of them are like kicking like kids. So like they're like throwing. It's weird. I don't fucking know. Norwegians love sex and nakedness and shit.
Gotta go there.
How was the English around there?
Amazing.
Yeah.
That ass, the people in New Jersey at my connecting flight spoke worse English than motherfuckers in Norway. Like, to put into context, I heard Norwegian one time. It was a lady on the bus who literally was like asking me for help. And that was the only time I've heard it, because any other interaction, it would start with hi. And then depending on what you said afterwards, they would just match your language.
Wow.
To like a 85% fluency level. It was like, the accents were hardly there. It was fucked.
Norway is Dutch? Is it? No. Is
It's
it?
Scandinavian. It's like
Scandinavian.
one of the 4 Scandinavian
Right,
countries.
right,
I
okay.
mean, it was like that in Iceland too, right?
Yes, everyone's supposed to. Yes, 100%.
That's cool.
So then, we get back and we're like, this is so fucking boring. We got to do something. So me and Chubb were like, okay, what about Sweden? And I literally pulled out my back and I was like, what the fuck's close to us? I was like, oh, Sweden's very close. So then the second biggest city in Sweden is Gothenburg. So we're like, all right, I found a bus. It was 3.5 hours there. It was pretty cheap. It was like,
wow.
Yeah, that's so sick.
yeah,
3.5
it was
hours?
$100,
really close.
$100 round trip,
Yeah,
which was like
nice.
fine because it was like 3.5 hours. And we found a hotel for $60. And it was like it was top vibe hotel.
Nice.
Wow.
So yeah, we hop on the fucking thing. We get there, and then
Just you and Shelby?
me and Shelby. Yeah, we left the parents at home, and we get to our hotel, and it's like it had like floral wallpaper. You know who Audrey Hepburn is? Like kind of like an icon. She's the fucking the chick everyone dresses up as Halloween.
That name is so familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
People know whatever. They had like pictures of her, and it was like super like cute and like I don't know, vibey, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Aesthetic, bro.
Yeah, it was very aesthetic. It was very aesthetic. Like it was the perfect IG
Yes.
Influencer hotel, you know.
I'm hitting that place
And
up.
we get there, check in, and then we go to get a drink, and it's like it's not. I was expecting significantly cheaper. It was slightly cheaper, but it was still cheaper. So I was like, "Fuck it, let's actually get drunk." And then we got guac, whatever, and then we went to go. Have you guys heard of like the Harbor Hopper in Halifax? It's like a bus tour of the city that also takes you in the water because it's like a converted amphibian mobile.
sick.
Yeah,
It's kind of scary.
so we're like, yo, let's go do that. And then I'm like, I want to get more pints. I just found like the cheapest bar in town. And so I was
get
like,
drunk.
"Babe, let's
get
go. Like,
drunk."
let's just go on the thing. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we go, and there's a lady in front of us, and we're waiting in line to go pay for our tickets. And she looks and she's like, I actually have someone who's sick. Can I give that ticket to one of these guys? I was like, fuck yeah. And then they were like 300. There was like,
Wow.
they were like $40. I was like, fuck, this bitch gave me $40. Thank you, lady. Very, very much thank you. So thanks. And we went on. I paid one ticket. Took us to the city. And it was like a tour. So he's talking about all the shit. And he goes, oh, see this university? This is Gothenburg University. This is where PewDiePie went. And I was like,
What?
What? And it's funny because he looked at me directly and I was like,
Of course he looked at you.
The good audience, man. I was like, damn, that's actually sick.
PewDiePie.
That's solid. Yeah, PewDiePie. And then it was so funny. He's like, these are the Gothia Towers. These are the 3 tallest buildings in Scandinavia. So amongst 4 fucking countries, you know what the highest floor is?
What?
33.
Wow.
We got condos hard in that.
I was like, Bruno's fucking.
Condos taller.
So that, yeah, it was a cool little tour of the city. And then I went to the cheapest place for pints is the oldest bar in Gothenburg. It's
That's sick.
It's like 200 years old. I walk in, a bunch of old men all sitting alone, and they only serve beer. So I was like, do you guys have cider? No, beer. I was like, what about wine? Beer only. Sorry. So I got a pint of Guinness and a pint of Kronenberg Blanc for I think like $12. So I was like, this is solid.
wow.
That's solid.
And I
That's
chugged
solid.
both, and I was fucking litty as shit. And then Shelby forgot her phone, so I only had my phone, so we couldn't get Akimbo Scoots.
Oh
So I
yeah,
had one
true.
Scoot. I guess now that I think about it, I could have downloaded because they had 3 different brands. I could have downloaded one of the apps and had both simultaneously. But I found out that if Shelby, so when I tried to ride both of us at the same time before, she was on the back and it felt kind of imbalanced and awkward. But then I just put her in front and I kind of propped my back leg up on like the little bumper on the back wheel and I could see above her and do
That's
this.
how you do it.
So we
That's how you
literally
do it.
scooted around all of Gotham, did a pub crawl, went to this one plate, got pizza, went to another place. It was like there's like a party area. We go to the party area and we just see this guy walk down this weird like path. There's no sign for a restaurant, nothing. And we're like, yo, where the fuck's this guy going? We walk in, it's like a terrarium bar, and the pints were like $5. So we're in the
Sick.
terrarium, we got drunk as fuck. Then there was another place at the back called Tacos and Tequila, and we got like margaritas and tacos there. Had like they had shrimp and pork in the tacos, which was
it fire?
It was
Yeah,
fire.
that's
It was fire.
That's fire.
It's like the perfect IG place to go. And then we went there, got drunk, and then scooted home. So like Sweden was like a top vibe.
That's good.
We went to the Science Museum in the morning. That was cool. And then we had one more night before we left. And in that night, I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I just heard like bass. I just heard like bass, like. And
Goes and Bogdan
like,
blasting the
Dude, no,
tunes.
keep in mind, my uncle lives on like a private road, and all that's behind his house is forest. So
Okay.
I'm like, this is bizarre. Like he doesn't live close to anything.
It's the aliens.
And I'm like, dude, what the
The
fuck is
aliens
going
are
on?
here. They're bumping dubstep.
But I didn't think I was like, this is probably just Yeet. I just went back to bed.
Yeah.
Probably just a Yeet fan. Went back to bed, and then my dad was like, "Oh, when you guys were gone, I heard bass like in the middle of the night," and I was like, "Yo, I fucking heard that last night." And he's like, and then I actually have the name, so I don't upset the culture.
Set the culture.
Turns out there's a fucking thing
Blasting
called,
music at 4 a.m.
I'm
every-
gonna butcher the pronunciation, but it's called Russofering or the Russ. It's a month-long celebration for high school kids where they will rent a bus, like a Greyhound bus. They'll deck it out in fucking graffiti. What? And they all have to wear overalls. And they either play like the red team or the blue team. I don't know if that's how it works or not. But you have like red or blue overalls with like kind of like frat, like stitching all over it.
That's fire.
And the buses cost like 100,000 euros. So I guess it's like only the privileged kids who get to do this.
fuck?
But like,
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
high school?
100,000. Well, think about it. You're renting a bus for a month. That's the lost revenue. It's 100,000 euros. So it's like 10 to 25 kids.
Still
Will,
sounds like a lot.
Bro, these kids
Yeah.
are rich.
I
yeah,
haven't even spent
yeah.
100K yet to my
Yeah,
to this
in
day,
high
bro.
school.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah.
And that's 10 to 25 kids will split that price. So it's still a fuck ton per person.
That's the shit.
What did it do?
Thousands, yeah. So what they do is they just drive that shit around and they have like kind of challenges to accomplish. It's like wear bread on your shoes for feet for a day. Have like an orgy. If you
What?
yeah,
What?
if you like puke on your shit, it's like a badge of honor. So you don't like wash it. Like you leave the puke on your thing. It's kind of like there's always like challenges and you get like badges on and you like stick them to your pants as you complete this, and then it all culminates like a giant like a rave in the middle of a forest, like, undisclosed. With all the
That sounds
buses.
fun as fuck.
Yeah,
That's
and
wild.
then they do. This is before their exams, and then they do their exams.
Wow.
Something like that. So I thought it was
These kids are
after their
wild.
exams.
Yeah.
So I might have that fucked up, but it would make more sense if it was after the exams.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a coming of age. I'm like, that sounds
So what they
fucking
all
sick.
like they drive around in a bus for one night or for a
For
whole
a
month?
whole month they're on this
The
bus.
student.
And they don't go home at night.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the semantics of it, but it sounds like they have this bus for a
They
month.
switch drunk driving.
Yeah, they all drink. What's the legal drinking age there?
18.
18, yeah.
At 18, you can
It's
drink.
Europe. That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
younger.
Yeah. So it's that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
Nor-
And then it's funny on the way home, driving to the airport, I saw two of the buses, and they were like the one I had like Tupac, huge smoking a blunt. I was like, this is
Wow.
fucking sick.
That's dope.
Yo, North America frat boys need to level up, eh?
Oh my god.
Holy.
dude, so from what
we got 12 bars or whatever.
Yeah,
12 bars.
Hop or whatever.
Bar hopping.
from what I was reading, yeah, it was like nothing in fucking comparison to that shit.
One drink only, please, per bar.
And then I think, yeah, so we fucking hit up all those countries, and that was more or less it. And then the luggage got lost on the way back, and my dad was so
Yeah.
fucking cheesed.
Jeez.
That was funny as fuck. We just got it back today.
Damn, that sucks.
That's far.
Yeah, it never happened. So, it was bad variance.
What did you do? What? Never mind.
So all I got was, don't visit Norway.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
visit
So
Sweden. Overall,
Unless you're rich.
To summarize,
Unless you're rich.
Norway is expensive as fuck. Sweden is slightly less expensive and like a vibe, but like similar to Norway. Like it's just you have a bunch of scooters and it's easy to get around town. Cool things to see. It was also like 16 degrees, so it was like a much nicer day than like the days we had in Norway.
Like
Kinda-
I think
kinda
the
biased.
pros of Norway is like the nature, right? It's like
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to go for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
nice hike.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to pay for peas everywhere. I paid like $10 over the whole trip.
Peas?
For pisses. Yeah. All
have to pay to use the
bathrooms cost
washroom?
money. Yeah.
How was the phone plan there? Or how'd you get phone
So
service?
I had like the Rome like home, so it's like 15 bucks
Oh.
per day, and I used my normal plan.
You didn't buy a SIM card there
I didn't
type
buy a
thing?
SIM
Yeah.
card
Say
there.
15 bucks per day?
Yeah, that's
No,
a lot.
yeah, 15 bucks per day. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah,
That's a lot, right?
it's
How
a
many
lot,
gigs?
but I mean, to use your regular plan.
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
So it's pricey, but kind of like convenient.
You kind of
Yeah.
don't, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Like you go for 9 days, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
Norway.
So yeah, Norway, and then Germany was cool, like significantly cheaper and like a
Yeah.
vibe. But it was like a port city. It wasn't like I did I go to Germany? No, I went to Kiel, Germany. You know, I didn't go to
I went to
Berlin.
Germany.
Did you?
I was 7.
I actually went to Germany when I was 7 too. I don't remember a fucking thing about it.
I do want to go to Germany one day.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was 5, my dad brought me to Greece. And
That's sick.
you know the reason we went to Greece? It's because he wanted to see a concert.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Jean-Michel Jarre.
Who's that?
Some
What type of music? Yeah.
90s dance house. Not house. What?
Well, your dad popped Molly there.
But my dad brought me to the concert when I was 5 years old.
That's kind of cool.
And apparently everybody was just in the crowd looking at me. Like, what the fuck is this child doing here?
You're probably all fucked up.
Dude,
Man.
our parents actually have a habit of that because my mom always tells me this story. So she tells me that she got the dirtiest looks when she brought me and Chris to the release of Harold and Kumar, which like what was that 2003?
Yes.
So imagine walking
pretty
in with
young.
two
Oh,
10-year-olds to fucking R-rated movie,
Harold
and
and
Kumar.
I loved it. It was
I do
amazing.
that all the time.
I know, but
We would go to the movies,
I
whatever,
love
and
it
if
too.
if we wanted to see some rated R action movie or whatever, they're like, all right, yeah, 2 tickets for them
Man.
too. They're coming in.
Yo, oh man, this reminds me of when I went to see Borat with my dad and
Fuck.
and my sponsor child Don Q.
Don, the infamous.
I want to hear the infamous Don Q tales.
Don-
It's a perfect segue.
It's
Don
today to day
Q.
where we introduced the infamous
Holy,
Don
this
Q.
just came on the
Holy
spot.
crap, Marcus! I don't think Marcus knows
I don't
what
Marcus
know
knows.
a goddamn thing about
Don Q,
All right.
Don Q is the golden era.
All
Chris
right.
peaked in Don Q era.
I peaked
Holy.
hard. All right.
This is a big story right here.
So when I was in grade 6, my parents switched me to a private school.
I forgot about that.
In the buttfuck nowhere, like 40 minutes away from here. My dad drove me every morning. You know, I get better education and shit. Winterbourne.
I've never heard of that.
Winterborn. What the
This
It's
guy
a-
was in Hogwarts
Yeah.
or Winterborn Hogwarts.
It's a town of just a school. Winterbourne.
There's a city called Winterborn too?
But it's called Winterbourne because of the school.
Okay.
10 kids.
Yo, this sounds,
right.
this sounds sus.
All right, so yeah,
Sus.
so yeah, my parents brought me to a private school. Just, you know, they wanted me better education. I guess they had money to fucking blow, I guess, because...
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, because they had to pay.
Yeah,
I was in grade 6, and I think they were paying $4K, $5K for the semester. Like,
Wow, it's
university
university,
prices, yeah. So I lasted only a year there. But, so in the midst of when I was at the school, my mom thought I was lonely. I'm an only child, by the way. So my mom thought I was lonely. And to be fair, I didn't have friends there, you know. My class of grade 6, 7 split was the biggest class in the entire school of 8 students. Pretty much.
That's awful, man.
That sucks.
That's awful.
Dude, I'm like walking down the hallways. I look into the kindergarten classroom. 3 kids. I'm like, bro, this is like the most depressing shit. Imagine being in kindergarten. You look over and the only 2 people you know, there's only 2 other people you know, but you don't even know them because you're in kindergarten. So it's useless.
But did you look around? Were all these all like savants or fucking X-Men or like?
No, they're just their
CIA
parents are rich.
CIA.
FBI in training, bro.
The whole school from kindergarten to grade 8 had 50 students.
Was Agent Cody Banks there?
No, but Banks Cody was there.
Banks was there.
Banks was
What
there.
about Coconut Head, bro?
This guy went to Nesby class of James K. Polk School.
So my mom surprised me, and is it called a sponsored child?
Yeah.
It's a sponsored child,
Or like an exchange student.
an exchange student.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
know anything about this.
A pen pal, but in real life. In real life.
Man.
In person.
So I didn't know anything about this, and knock on the door, some like South Korean kid, and my mom's like has the biggest smile on her face. She's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" Right? And it was a partnership through the school, and my mom surprised me with a sponsored child named Don Q.
We gotta find Don Q and get him on the podcast.
This man lived with me for 4 months, and he was my brother.
He's got an honorary brother, dude. What
no
was this?
idea.
Grade 6.
Grade 6. And for
Honorary
4 months.
brother.
Where
We
did
went
you
to.
sleep? You just left in your room at your foot of your bed? What, like you curled
Yeah,
up
we-
like a dog?
He slept in the cage downstairs, man. he stayed in a garage.
Holy Christine's a friend.
You know, he brings them. My mom brings a cat bowl.
Look, I got the conserva for donkey.
Holy shit!
Fuck.
I'm lost as hell at this point. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And my mom's like, you're gonna have a brother. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? The first word out of this kid, fuck, it was an Asian. I don't know. How do you say hello?
In Korean?
Yeah, sure. Do you know how?
Fuck, I don't know.
Yo, I'm racist right now. Just point at Mike. How do you say hello?
I should know. I don't know.
Yeah. And he didn't know a word of English.
안녕하세요.
No, I think that's it. Yeah,
It might be.
That's it, yeah.
And yeah, so the kid didn't know an ounce of English. Nothing. And I had to live with this kid for 4 months and pretend he was my brother pretty much.
I would have thought you would have to know English to do this program.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, and he went to my school, the private school at the same time. So, you know, my dad was driving me and him. And
Is this associated with the school?
Yes.
Or you just show up at school like this is...
it was associated.
This is my friend Donkey. He's here now.
This is my cousin. Yeah, no, it was associated with the school. So the teachers knew, and you know, but the man didn't speak English at all. So I don't know what my mom's plan was to, you know, oh, Chris is lonely. Let's bring him a sponsor child from South Korea that doesn't know how to speak an ounce of English, and maybe he won't be lonely.
He was there to jerk you off.
He was there, you know, in the spooning in the bunk beds, and so the story with Don Q is
because I actually met Don Q.
yes,
Oh,
he did.
wow.
So I went over once or twice. It was short lived, but I went once over, and I didn't know about Don Q. Chris didn't. Normally we would talk on the phone. I think it's one of those rare occasions where like my parents went over, so we didn't have a chance. Because I'd be like, "Yo, Chris, why don't you chill? Okay, I'll tell my parents whatever.
Yeah.
Drive me over." But it was like I didn't know, so I show up and there's just this small Asian kid in his house. And I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy? I'm your only friend, and your only other friend is Billy, and this isn't Billy. This isn't Billy.
Who the fuck is this
guy?
Man.
You replace me?" I pull up, and then like, yeah, he doesn't speak a lick of English.
Nothing.
And this was right around the time when like The Grudge was coming out, which was the main fucking like antagonist of The Grudge was the creepy girl and the small Asian kid.
He looked.
And Chris just had one of those. Just one of them. Just one of them. Hanging on the roof. He was just small, frail, and creepy looking.
Yes.
Like just very gaunt and like
Very like he had bangs, like you could barely
Yeah,
see his
yeah.
eyes and shit. Didn't speak an ounce of
he
English.
looked like The
You should have
Grudge.
pretended like you couldn't see him.
like
Like he wasn't there.
I'm surprised I'm alive because he must have killed me in my past life. There's no way he didn't. There's no way he didn't.
Okay, what did this guy do? Did he just
So-
follow you
so
around and
for-
look at you the whole time?
yeah.
So it was a bit off. Like his vibe was definitely off.
It was off.
Granted, he doesn't speak English.
Yeah,
So
he's like
yeah.
sixth
And-
grade six.
and-
He doesn't know anyone. This is a
and-
brand new country, not with his parents.
Exactly.
you know,
So
like-
yeah. So from his perspective, it's awful.
But
Yeah.
So he probably just did he say anything or he just sat mute?
He
Because
was like
understands.
for the lack of a better word, he was mute because like
was mute.
any
He didn't speak
any
English,
form
like-
of communication
Yeah.
was impossible. So and also it didn't help that Chris had his fucking grandma
Yes.
living
Yeah.
there,
Yes.
who was just a fucking
Man.
loony.
Yo, yes, and to add on to that, so this guy, he ate we went to the special Asian store
Yeah.
where they had like only the hottest noodles, and that's the only food he liked. He didn't eat anything else. Just fucking
Spicy ramen.
7 chilies on some packaging, fucking face all red and shit. And he had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm not even kidding. That's all he ate. And
That's so unhealthy, bro.
and
Fuck.
every time he ate it, he was dripping sweat. Every single time.
This man was looking at the anime character,
Man
man.
was sweating into his soup and eating it. It's recycling.
That's
That's
hilarious.
what it was. But my grandma was trying to get him to communicate in English, I guess. And he was against learning English. He did not want to learn English at all.
Yes, Tolomak.
Don't do this.
And my grandma like kept persuading him like try English and shit. And it got to a point where he just started fucking screaming. Like just like top is like we're all in the house like he's gonna, the grudge. Like it's it. It's time. It's summoned. Like and my grandma and him had the worst relationship because all it was my grandma trying to communicate with him and him just screaming back. That's all it was. Like, every time in the house, you just heard screaming and shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
That's
And
crazy.
this is my fucking brother. This is my brother, man. Long story short, he only lasted 2 months.
That's a long time.
We kicked him out. Literally.
Wait, how long was he supposed to be there?
I'm sure he did not want to be there.
He was
Yeah.
there for. We were supposed to be there for 4 months, and
so long.
Didn't he like bite you or something?
he hit me.
No,
Oh yeah,
he
started
the
hitting
final
me.
fight is like
Yes.
he just took Chris and he started just he took Chris's head and he just smashed it against the
Yes.
wall and he was no,
Yes, because he started to learn how to play Dragon Ball Z on the PlayStation 2.
Yo.
And every time he lost, the man would just swing a punch at me. Just like, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm gonna die.
That's
I'm gonna
some
die.
real brother shit right
That's some
there,
real
bro. What do
brother
you
shit.
mean? Yeah.
And like, I don't know, my mom and shit heard. And like, I guess she like walked in one time on like Don Q just fucking pounded me and shit.
Why do you fight back?
I don't know, man. I didn't want him to summon me and kill me at night or
Yo,
some
the
shit.
grudge style.
The grudge style. And yeah, like it just got to a point where it would just be continuous screaming and like just disobedience in the house and shit. So we shipped him back to South Korea.
How'd you break it to him?
he didn't
know.
they put him back in the cage and they shipped him.
We had the cage downstairs.
With the return label on the box. Talking to customer service.
Prepaid.
This man definitely cursed you.
That must have been so shitty for him.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
yeah,
imagine not speaking a word
It's
for
so
2
funny
months.
because all we hear is like the context of your house. But if
Yes.
you put it's like you don't know the language, you're shipped off to some distant country to live with this family
Yes.
who doesn't you, and they're just talking alien to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know the. So it's like, oh, but it's like being like a monkey in a cage. Like,
Their food sucks
yeah.
compared to what he's
It's the equivalent of like an alien race taking me from my parents, putting me in this beaker with these other aliens, and being like what?
Yeah.
Like do something.
Do something.
Can't communicate for 2 months. Yeah, exactly.
You can't communicate. That's
Yeah.
the worst part. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, it was obviously way worse for him than it was
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Like the guy, he was young too. We're grade 6, like what, like 10 years old.
phones, no
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we're all-
internet,
no-
maybe
no
internet.
connection. Yeah.
And like I'm just
nothing.
like I'm looking at my mom and dad, and I'm like, why the fuck would you do this?
Yeah.
Like what was going on in your heads that
So-
I needed a South Korean brother. You know,
2 months, did he follow you day in, day out everywhere you went?
Yeah, we went to the same school together. We hung out together. Like if I was with a friend,
He had to go with you?
I mean, it's so long ago, but I think I don't
He
know.
must have, yeah.
He must have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He must have. But yeah, majority of the time was him eating the noodles and playing Dragon Ball Z though.
Yo, Don Q, if you're out there, we want to make it right.
Yo, he was genius though. Somehow.
Probably studied his ass off.
Yeah, but
that
how the
career.
fuck could he read?
He was pranking you the whole time.
English?
The whole time he was pranking you.
I don't know. Yeah, he got like 100% on everything.
Donkey was actually the guy who just played what the fuck Shang-Chi. He was just a method actor.
John Wick.
We'll make it right to you, Donkey. Come back to us.
Wipe his ass
Come
with his
back.
finger, rub it under your nose every night.
It's just a wild time in my life because it sounds like such a made up story.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I don't know anyone else who has that.
That's what I'm saying. And it's such a weird memory in my life too because it was only 2 months and it was so long ago. And
that just brought back a memory from that time frame too, where you can hit me with the Boston Celtics boner story after this because that I forgot about. That's
you
your
want me to
story.
say that? Okay.
Of course.
BCB,
But I'll hit mine.
man.
I was at Chris's house and like me and him, like we had like phases where like I was a bit older and I was like pretty aggressive as a kid. So I always wanted to like fight and shit. And Chris was like,
and you were an only child,
and I was the only child, and I was the older kid, so whatever. And
So he beat me up. Okay.
yeah, like beat him up sometimes, whatever. But the one time I don't know, Chris just pissed me off, or I just got pissed off at him. Whatever, he probably didn't do
I
it.
beat
I
you
was
in-
probably just a fucking obnoxious
I
kid.
beat you in NBA 2K. I remember.
Maybe, yeah. But that was different. It was young. I was like Gran Turismo or some shit. Like I was like losing race and I was just pissed off. And I fucking pulled down his. We were eating decadent chocolate chip cookies. I pulled down his shorts. I put one in his fucking back like pocket and just punched him in the ass and shattered the cookie in his pants.
in his underwear, right?
In his underwear, yeah. So he shit himself. And I remember, like right around the time I was leaving, like my parents were like, "Oh, we're gonna pack up," and I heard from like upstairs, Christopher, did you shit yourself again? I fucking lost it. I was like, what? He's been shitting his pants. And like Loki, I probably just caught you at a bad time. You probably just had like diarrhea and you probably just Loki shit your pants. Like I just caught you at that wrong time. And I fucking died. And I remember my parents got home, they get a call from Christopher. I was like, he's like, I think like they like he booked me, and I was like, they're like, did you put a cookie in his pants? And I was like, yeah, I did. And my dad made me like apologize. I felt bad. I was like, I'm a fucking asshole, and I apologized. And yeah, that was the end of that. And yeah, transition to fucking this.
Yeah, so I'm young, learning my body and stuff. I didn't really know what was going on, right? So we're just casually playing and stuff.
This is when like young boys, you just get random boners.
Yeah.
like,
So
it
you
just-
know the story? wait a
Well,
second.
the way you were saying it, yeah.
So yeah, I'm in my shorts down to my ankles, like all balling and shit, and I
Balling and shit.
balling, and I got a random boner. Just two kids playing NBA at the same time, And I don't know, Pat just had a fucking spasm, like as always when he's like pissed playing video games and shit, and I'm the shy, awkward kid like in the corner, And this man got so pissed for some reason. Man just like nailed me in the fucking dick, like nailed me. And I remember I was so scared because I had a random.
Did you touch it?
I had a random boner, and Pat literally just just touched me. No homo. And
See, the funny part is that you think that I repressed it, but really the part that you repressed is that I jerked you off until you busted.
And for 10 years, 15 years, I'm like, I don't know, is it awkward? Like Pat touched me, like
These guys gonna.
You thought you were molested.
and, I'm like, what's Pat thinking in his head? He's like, yo, why does Chris have a boner?
Well, we're playing NBA.
Is he into me? And I'm having these thoughts in my head. I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want Pat to think that way and shit. So there was just one day, like 5 years ago, where I like awkwardly confronted him. I'm like, yo, man, like, do you remember that day? And Pat's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just coming off as like super awkward and strange. And
No, I thought it was fucking hilarious.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, you touched me like back in the day.
You don't say it like that, bro.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Dude, you touched me.
You touched me.
And
No,
Pat's
I
like-
punched you in the boner.
and you had no idea.
Yeah, of course.
And this whole time for 10, 15 years, it was in the back of my mind. And Pat had no idea that I had like a boner at the age of like 10.
Yeah, because it was so small.
Oh, that too. That too. But yeah, that was a scary
punch.
moment in my life.
Chris has been every day he would wake up and call. So, Pat thinks I'm gay.
Oh man.
Dude, I guess the one thing I forgot, the one story I have to bring back and share to you guys is so my uncle was an Olympian. He competed in the Seoul Olympics and the Los Angeles Olympics.
The Norway one?
Yeah, the Norwegian uncle. Yeah, and I don't know what events he did particularly, but like it was just general like gymnastics. And my aunt also competed in those same Olympics, but it's fucked because she got hurt. What's the highest diving platform? 10 meters?
No. No, more than that, no?
What
10 meters.
Yeah, 10 meters. Yeah. Whatever the highest diving platform is, she in practice the day before like the competition at the Olympics, she fucked up a jump and landed on her back. Oof. And she's like, the bruises on my back, you could see where my organs hit.
Damn. Wow.
She was like, it was like fuck. Like I was like out of it. But unfortunately, she said that she was actually the best diver at the time, other than the Russians. So she's like, I still wouldn't have placed, I don't think, but like she was like the best diver. And so she came
because the Russians were doping. Bro.
Yeah,
like,
they were doping. Yeah. So she, even with her butchered dives, she still came 14th out of like 36 or whatever. So she still did well. Cool. But yeah, she's like, fuck, I could have been better. But yeah, my uncle was an Olympian, and I guess so because that's how they met each other. They were the Romanian, like, because this is under communism, the Romanian government wanted a very good Olympic team, so they would find these kids and put them together and cast them in this like special school. So they'd have this special school where they would train 6 hours a day.
They would send them off to America to train with another boy.
Dude, exactly. That was pretty much it. Like they would send them off to
China does the same thing.
They bring a sponsor child.
Yeah, that's what I was
pretty much the fucking same shit, right? So it's like
learning your ways.
You're learning
the correct ways.
You go to Canada.
You must learn.
You must learn.
So they would like send them off like Bucharest or the capital, and they would be in like a village where like they would all live together, and like not only that, I think they would get salary. Like they were paid. They were
some Hunger Game shit.
Yeah, they were paid, and they had room and board and food all paid for, and they had like massage therapists and shit. It was like very, very well taken care of, especially during communism where people couldn't fucking eat. So they're getting all this shit, and then they just they grinded their ass off from like the age of like 10 to fucking 17, 18 when they were doing their competitions. And yeah, now it comes time for the Olympics, and at this time it's like deep into the communism, and they're getting a salary. So they were saying that because everything was covered, my aunt just had like drawers full of money. Like she would just get money, but like they had nothing to spend it on because like it was communism, so there wasn't like no stores or anything. It was just like you're getting paid and your room and board and food and everything's taken care of. So she just had money. They were like well off, and it was like hustle time for my uncle. So he would because they would pat you down, they would check everything so that you would not do any sus shit in any of the countries you were visiting because now you could like flee, right? Mm-hmm. He had a Forex plug. A foreign exchange plug. So he would save all his money up because he had an excess of it and go to his Forex plug, and you would get the currency of whatever it was. So he said his biggest hit was in South Korea. He got a bunch of...
So he wanted to leave the country?
No, he didn't want to. He was trying to hustle bread.
Oh, okay.
He was a hustler.
Okay.
So he got a bunch of South Korean money, and he would hide it in the wraps they used to wrap their hands up when they're doing like bar work. So he would hide, like tuck it in, like sew it in.
Yeah.
And then he could get it past the border guards. Goes to South Korea, and he bought 20 pairs of jeans. Each pair of jeans was 1 month's salary for the average worker in the communism. Oh, so he made 2 years worth of money off 20 jeans.
Man bought G-Star and per suit.
Yeah, he bought 20 jeans and he sold them back at home.
That's crazy.
And he said that they had a border guard on payroll where they would bring back like a carton of cigarettes and like a pair of jeans, where he would align his schedule with them, so he would let them through.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he flipped jeans.
He was flipping jeans. And he said his other biggest flip was Los Angeles Olympics. He flipped the 40 blank VHSs for like 10x.
That's some crazy shit. Can you imagine us even like coming close to doing any of this shit
No,
now? Like,
no.
fuck no. That's
We're like, if you get
shit.
caught, you're fucked.
You're dead.
Yeah,
Like,
you're dead. You're dead.
There ain't no law, bro, at the time. Like,
So he was like, they were doing well off, and then like I guess like I think they had like money in their suitcase or something when they went to Norway and they first emigrated. Their daughter was my cousin was 2 years old, and all their luggage got stolen because it was like bougie. They had money, so they had like nice luggage, and they literally landed in Norway with no money and a 2-year-old, and they were just like struggling heavy AF, and then they just like grinded it out.
Wait, it landed, it got stolen at the
In
air?
Romania, yeah, like they They didn't let it.
Maybe it
on
left the
plane.
airport. Maybe it
Yeah.
didn't. type thing.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Damn.
But that was a cool story. So like, yeah, the Olympians were up to some shit.
That
They were doing some shit. And
Cool
also,
story.
I asked him. So you know the famous YouTubers, the Dobre brothers, the cringe fucking guys.
Yeah.
He knows their mom. Like he knows them well. And it was funny. He's like, yeah, she's weird. I was like, damn,
She's
so are
weird.
fucking kids.
They're all weird.
Wait, backtrack. How do you sell blank VHS tapes?
Well, you would. So
Because
my dad was telling me
Like
the
unrecorded,
biggest
you
hustle back
record
then was
things
like
on it.
black market movies.
Yeah.
So a blank VHS was like the card you could give it.
you
You
get
could sell it
anything
to,
on it.
yeah, to the hustlers.
It's a blank check, yo. It's a
yeah, blank
key.
check. Yeah.
But there's nothing on the VHS.
No, and then
You
you
can
record
record
whatever you want
something
onto
on
it.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
sorry. No, I thought he was selling them with nothing on it.
Yeah, he sells
Yes,
them with
yes.
nothing
Then
on
you
it.
take
And then they take over.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
something
Oh,
on it.
damn. That's a hustle.
You burn something onto the VHS.
burn.
like a burn a CD.
Dude, I actually watched a documentary on the flight, and it was talking about Blockbuster, and it was a documentary about Blockbuster. And do you guys know that when VHSs first came out, that was so before movie studios were like, no, we don't want to make our movies available. So VHSs used to cost $129 back then.
Damn.
That's like what, like fucking $500.
Technology, yo.
So VHSs were like $99 or $129.
What year? Like when?
80s?
In the 90s, I guess, probably.
what?
Or
In the
80s, 80s,
only?
I guess. Yeah, I don't
90s.
know.
That's crazy.
That
still.
escalated quick then. It's a
Yeah.
drop
But
in
like,
price.
okay, what's your Blockbuster? Do you guys have like vivid memories of Blockbuster or not?
Of course.
Fuck no. We're too poor to go to Blockbuster.
Really?
Bro. Are you kidding me? We couldn't afford Blockbuster.
we
No
Couldn't
way.
afford-
We went like once a week, got 2 movies.
Yeah.
My parents picked
Oh.
one, and me and my sister picked one.
If anything, my parents would go to fucking Pacific Mall in Toronto and
Yes, sir.
buy the fake shit. But those are CDs. Like,
Yeah,
Yo.
we usually get those Asian.
But what
copies.
what our parents did was we rented a game from Blockbuster. They burned it.
Yeah.
That's
So we had the
Modded
game and then we just
PS2.
returned
We
it.
could do that.
Did you
yeah,
guys
my
have the
parents.
Romanian movie hookup?
Oh yeah.
Not the box. We had a service where there was a guy who would send out a.
was a guy.
He would send out a like a letter saying, "These are all the movies I have. Check off what you want," and we would check it off, and then you would get a delivery later, like that is just like just regular DVDs with burned copies, perfect copies of all those movies.
What?
And
Yo,
then
you
we
need to
had
ask
like
my-
cassette. We had like a thing full where you like press it and all these DVDs come out, and we just had tons of movies just on
What?
burned down
What?
copies.
No.
That's a
You had the
hustler.
plug? You had the
Yeah,
Romanian
guys,
plug?
like,
Maybe
guys, that
just one guy is DJ Leo, yo.
I don't know. Some guy my dad knew.
Wow. I
That's
asked my
sick.
dad that. That's like, wow.
No, we didn't. Yeah, no, we
No, I
don't have
never
plug.
know. But I did the
What was the
Pacific Mall.
Give me the Blockbuster experience.
So the
what was
Blockbuster,
the Blockbuster
experience was like, so it's like Thursday night or Friday night, and like the family wants to watch a movie, so it'd be like, let's go to Blockbuster. And like before that was like pre-internet, so there was no like archive, there was no review, you couldn't Google if a movie's good or not. It's just
Yep.
let's go to. They had it was like, imagine a library of every movie out.
You just look at the covers.
And you look at and that was it. You look at the covers. They had like kind of staff picks and like new releases. So the old shit, you get that shit for 7 days. They don't give a fuck. New releases was 2 days only.
You're right.
And like
That's a good memory.
there was late fees. Like yeah, my dad would be like, I gotta bring the Blockbuster back, and he fucking ripped that shit because he didn't want to get them late fees.
I remember that.
Yep.
And like you had the Blockbuster card where like they needed that to rent it to you.
Yep.
And it just smelled like popcorn. They had like snacks at Twizzlers. They had like a bit of like merch and shit. And it was like, like that vibe was
It
unbelievable.
was a surreal
It
experience.
it had a smell to
Yes.
it.
Wait, are you saying you've never been inside
been.
of? Okay, all right.
Like, I
But it
Like-
wasn't like a thing.
No, like
Right.
we never actually rented anything from Blockbuster, but I remember going in and looking through the movies and stuff.
yeah.
But then I remember going in like older and actually looking through the movies and like you know, like this is a cool experience. Like you actually have to choose.
Yes.
You can only choose by the cover and the back. You know,
but
like,
it wasn't expensive. or
No, it was
anything.
very affordable.
So why didn't you do it more?
I don't know. I don't know. We just never.
Man went inside Blockbuster, look at the titles and dipped.
How cheap was it? I don't know.
No, it was very like,
maybe- I don't know, we never
that
did
was
it.
like long before my parents were like in the green.
4 or
Yeah.
5.
Like they were still
bucks?
like we were still very very poor.
Yeah. Our parents were
Maybe because my parents are too fucking Asian. And they
Maybe
don't
too
wanna-
foreign, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Blockbuster was cool, man.
It was a
They
good
still have
experience.
one.
There's that was the document. It was the last.
Oh, there you go.
Blockbuster.
The last
In
Blockbuster.
Bend, Bend, Oregon. We should go. Bend, Oregon.
Yes, Oregon.
We should
sorry.
go and fucking. It would be the shittiest thing ever.
No, you know what's funny? I was thinking about that and I was like, man, we should open up a burger joint called Block Burger and rip the fucking like the IP full
Burger Buster.
have merch And like, that'd be, but the aesthetic would be a blockbuster. So there would be movies that you could rent. I don't give a fuck. They cost nothing.
No one's
now.
renting
Burgers
shit.
Yeah.
sitting on shelves.
You'll
for
rent
hours
a
and people
burger.
buying you.
But like make like all the outside walls like I'd have like movies, like our favorite movies. I think the aesthetic and the viralness of it could be sick as fuck, and just make smash burgers.
Just make smash burgers.
Smash burgers carry everything.
Smash burgers for everything. Fuck.
Still need to open up a restaurant for smash burgers though.
We do.
No, you do.
No, we do. I'm not gonna do it alone, but it'd be fucking sick with a boy.
Okay, if it's one thing I never want to get into, it's actually the restaurant
Oh,
business.
It's very tough.
This shit just.
It's tough, and it's also like it's tangible work. Now that
Yes.
like, we work from home and we're just fucking scumbags on a fucking
Yeah.
keyboard, it's like
On Reddit.
I don't know if I got to physically do something for 8 hours. Like, I'm not.
you
Like,
guys would die at my job.
like okay, what is it?
100%
What is
I
it
would.
like physically being work? I've done it before. I worked fucking
Wait,
factory
before
jobs.
he
Also-
answers, I worked at UPS for 3 days,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's the story. So 3 days.
I've
How do you-
done some like warehouse work, but like, so Marcus has been like just chilling for a while, and now that you're settled into your new job, how long has it been now that you started working there?
Probably like maybe almost 3 months.
Oh wow,
Maybe
it's
not
that long
quite,
already.
maybe like 2
Yeah,
months.
Yeah, okay.
You work
Whoa.
outside in the winter.
No. No.
Oh,
Inside.
oh, sorry. My,
Shop.
oh, yes. My
So
apologies.
how's it been? Like
I don't know.
2
I
months you
finally hit
settled
the
in?
point where my arms go through the whole day not tired at all.
Wow. Okay, nice. You got used a bit.
So
Used
yeah,
to
I'm
it.
used to using the thing. It's still like I'll be tired at the end of a day, usually around 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just depending on how little sleep I got.
You taking smoke breaks and stuff now too, and
No, that's not big.
Dude, you know what?
Dude, my whole body feels stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lower back,
I bet,
lower
I bet.
abs, everything. Standing all day, I'm like pushing everything. Like haven't worked out that much, but I look in the mirror and I look like
Better,
still
yeah.
pretty fit. I'm like, what the hell? I thought
You're
I was
moving
lost.
physically.
Well, you're
yeah,
moving
Yeah, because I'm
physically,
moving physically all day. I'm standing. I'm moving shit.
I never.
Carrying
There's
a tool.
something like so I worked a factory job, and to this day I could still work like that same job. I was making intercoolers for General Motors for like GM cars, and it was like I would step on a pedal, the thing would fall down, I would wrap up this like gluey thing around it, and I would pull a lever twice, it would wrap it up, and that's it. That was my job, and I did that for fucking 8 hours a day. From my shift was 6 to 2, tap card in, steel toe boots, basketball shorts, black shirt, light work, easy. Did it every day. I low key. If that shit paid well, I would probably do that to this day, because just no the catharsis of it. I go in there, there's no thought. I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
I'm free thinking about anything. There's nothing
no
on my
stress.
mind. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
stress.
Yep.
And the second I tap that card out, I'm out of there.
Yep.
I'm done.
Yep.
There is no month end. There is no stress.
No crazy
there is no
responsibilities.
there's no dynamicness. There's no change. There's no problems. There's nothing. There's me and this pole, and I'm only getting better.
And even if there's a problem, you don't have to deal with it. You just
Exactly.
tell
I
someone.
have a supervisor.
Yeah,
Exactly.
tell someone.
Yeah, like, there's a supervisor for like 8 of us, and like if a machine broke, he's the guy who has to fix it. But I just that's
Yep.
it.
I got the Bluetooth work headphones now.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Podcast
Yeah.
all morning.
Yeah.
House music all afternoon.
Is that what you do?
Yo,
So in the afternoon, like
nothing slaps more than house music when you're working. I swear, I love that shit. It's all I listen to.
before it was a little more hectic because when we were still new getting trained, it was like we were kind of backed up projects. Like the one we're working on right now is getting picked up for installation tomorrow. Versus
wow.
now we're ahead. So like we're working on stuff now for like Wednesday, Thursday next week. So there's no rush. So there's been
Nice.
a bunch of time past few weeks where like I'm done, and then we're like, all right, there's not a next piece immediately sitting there, and I'm just we chill. Maybe I clean up some shit, just sit around, we talk. Today we took like an hour and a half lunch.
Nice.
Talking about drugs. Me and the other two guys. The one guy my boss brought mushrooms to give to the other guy.
Wow.
What?
How old are these guys? Are they chill?
The one guy's like 35, and then there's like a Mexican guy who has some strange backstory where he fled Mexico, something to do with his dad. I think his dad's trying to kill him or something.
Kill him?
And he's like here as a refugee. Like he fled Mexico his whole life. He abandoned it and has been here for like less than like 3 or 4 months.
Damn.
Wow. That's sick.
Yo, we need to get that guy to polish.
Yes.
How's his
And,
English?
and he's like a surgeon. He's like a vet surgeon. He knows all of this stuff about like drugs and the body and like experiments, and like he was in heavy like school.
That sounds a bit sus. He is
Yeah.
a cartel.
He's a
bro.
vet surgeon. I think he's a cartel,
Cartel,
soldier. Yeah.
Is his name Sucre?
Sucre.
It's Guillermo.
Oh, that's a fire
That's a fire
name.
name.
Don't you guys wish you had like
A sick name.
See, the one thing I always thought about growing up is celebrities always had
Celebrity name.
awesome names.
Because they make them up.
Yeah.
No,
It's
no,
a
no, no,
celebrity
no,
name.
no, no, but like Kobe Bryant. Like that's just such.
But I think it's only cool because he's cool.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't.
no, like Shaquille O'Neal.
No, but think about it. If you made $3 billion, Chris Churler.
No,
It doesn't.
That'd
No,
be
but no,
cool.
it doesn't
Yeah,
sound
yeah,
cool
yeah.
now.
Yeah,
But the only
it
reason it sounds cool is
Yo, don't
because
say my
it's
last name.
attached. It's attached.
Why does Jeff Bezos sound so cool?
Yeah.
I haven't
no,
just cut it.
It's because he's a fucking
Yeah.
trillionaire.
Jeff
Leonardo
Bezos.
DiCaprio. Like those names are just so fire.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
It almost
is a cool
made
name,
me
yeah.
think I need a dope name in order to be famous.
But it's the other way around.
Yeah.
like I don't like my name. I hate my name on all
You
the
just had
shows.
a more European last
Yeah.
name.
No.
And I
It's just Bar. Like I wish it was
That's pretty cool.
Barucole.
yeah, and I
Barule.
feel you. I'm the exact same. Like Churler. Like what is that? It doesn't even sound Romanian or anything, and then it doesn't sound cool either. But like Bruno. Like there's a fucking. It's a dope name. And you can see,
it sounds good.
and you can see him being famous, but you can't see Chris Churler being famous.
Yeah, fuck you. You'll never be famous.
No, I'll never be famous with this.
Stay your ass in
With
that
this
chair.
name, are you kidding me? I always
Yeah,
thought
you gotta
about
change your name and then it'll just come. Don't worry. about it.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
how
Like,
it works.
So what name do you want then?
Yeah. Well, like, what do you think is the coolest boy? Say you had a son. What would you name him?
Cristian Chorulo.
Christian
chorizo.
Christian Chorizo.
That's
Chorizo extra large.
that's actually a good question. I might have to pass on that one. I don't know right
Fuck,
now.
you just said all that shit.
Just say you don't have a fucking.
Yo,
cool
like
name.
Christopher or Chris.
Stays with the same name. Just-
Yo, all right, Chris.
John Q or what's his name?
Don
Chris Q.
That's a dope
Chris
name.
Q.
Chris Q. That's a fire name. Chris Laquelo. You know?
I don't know about that one.
Where
Bro.
did that come from?
It's Spanish. No, but yeah, I don't know. I always thought about that. Like celebrities just always have cool names. Britney Spears, like that's fire.
If you had to change your name, would you change it to anything, or are you content with your name?
No, I'm content. That's just it's subjective. Like,
I would change my name. I would
doesn't-
I would make my
shit.
middle name the Barbarian.
legally.
My middle name would be Milf Slayer.
Milf Slayer. Marcus Milf Slayer.
You go to work. From now on, you gotta call me Patrick, the
No.
barbarian.
The Barbarian.
I think I would
Signature note.
make if I could change my name, I would make my first name Jinzo, like the Yu-Gi-Oh card. You said
How you spell
Jinzo. JINZO.
Loki, it's
a sick
kinda
name.
Fire. That's, yeah, it's kind of
If
fire.
you met someone named Jinzo, like that's a sick
That's a
name.
fire. Yeah, I agree.
Fucking hell.
Okay, my name would be Cabal.
That's a sick name.
That's a sick name.
Cabal Bar.
Yeah, Cabal.
Should we just change our names?
Yo, Cristiano
Why don't we just
Ronaldo.
change our names?
You literally could,
You could.
right? I think
Like,
you just could.
I always forget, like, it's like I was born and now I have like an RPG character, but I can't. It's a taboo to change your name. If it's my RPG, why don't I make my name whatever the fuck I want it to be? The fuck? Why have I been making my name Patrick in all my Pokemon games? Why don't I make it fucking Jizzy Man 62? Like
You can't
do
change your
that.
class.
What?
You can't change your class.
can't change class. Yeah, I've been
Romanian
born.
gypsy.
I've been born a druid. I can't go back to barbarian knight.
That's true.
Fuck.
Cremor Lamello.
Cremor Labello.
That's fire.
I don't know. You know what? I want to be one of the Ball brothers. I'd be like Lee Gorgonzola Ball.
Call me Cheddar Ball.
Cheddar Ball.
Garbanzo Booster.
Yo, that's a sick name, Garbanzo.
Blue ball.
Garbanzo Bioniac.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. All right. Should we just fucking cut it there?
First podcast back.
Back to
Episode
back,
13.
baby.
Thanks to everyone for listening. We're almost at 30 subscribers. So if you watch all the way here and you're not subscribed, literally kill yourself. And before you do that, subscribe.
I want to say stay tuned because Bruno's
Yeah.
on a
Yes.
Europe trip right
Bruno's
now.
currently on a trip and
Yes.
he'll be
Once
back
he
with
gets
some
back,
bangers.
There's
here.
gonna be some.
The man has been wilding on the camera.
You know, just undisclosed things have been happening.
So
that will
watch
be
out for the
disclosed.
podcast.
Yes. Be ready for the next
The
episode.
mystic creature arrives.
Bye, everyone.